Hey lady, I'm so glad to have you as a student this semester. You'll enjoy this course, and as usual, it is always a pleasure to read your papers. I am definitely, however, looking forward to this much needed upcoming holiday break. But before I digress, your paper was a great response to the New York Times website mapping the 2010 census. You successfully analyzed the U.S. Census data in comparison to the racial and ethnic concentrations where you grew up. Additionally, you addressed the changes in racial and ethnic distribution, the changes in the largest racial and ethnic groups, and the changes in the distribution of whites, blacks, Hispanics, and Asians. Now, as we previously discussed, please keep in mind that you must cite any information that you deem as factual in your writing. For example, in your first paragraph, you stated, and I'll read it verbatim, demography changes, although relatively can present challenges of its own, can bring about much needed changes. As a scholarly writer, I would ask you, how do you know this information? I would ask you additional questions such as what type of challenges can demographical movement bring? Can you provide any example of these challenges that have occurred historically? Moreover, I would ask, is there any empirical research that has indicated that demographical changes present challenges? Here is a great, I think I'll put it right here, a great resource to use when citing your written work. Another area of interest in your paper is your citing and presentation of the statistical data. You successfully identified that there were changes and you outlined the percentages of changes. However, only once did you inform me if this were a positive or negative change. And there are several ways you can do this. First, by indicating just a negative percentage, or you can simply say decrease or decline in the percentages amount. You can also say increase or growth. Here is another resource that could provide you on guidance with presenting your statistical data. Be succinct in your writing. Be explicit in your writing. Try your hardest to avoid using extra words and making your writing more wordier than necessary. This will ensure that your writing is clear and concise. For example, on page 2, you stated blacks are known to be the second grouping of people who have also shown a slight change of 1% from the year 2000. A succinct and precise alternative to outlining this analysis would be the data indicated blacks as the second largest ethnic group of people and demonstrated a decrease of approximately 1% between the years 2000 and 2010. Here's a breakdown of our differences. Instead of your saying blacks are known to be, in a scholarly way, you would say the data indicated blacks as the. Next, as you stated, the second grouping of people. I'm just going to assume that you meant the second largest ethnic group of people or the second largest population. And lastly, you said who have also shown a slight change of 1% from the year 2000. You would simply just change that to read demonstrated a decrease of approximately 1% from the year 2000. Avoid using the descriptive about when sharing statistical data in scholarly writing. Here is one last resource I'll give you on scholarly writing that you can add to your arsenal. Anyway, this was a great paper, and I enjoyed reading your work. Keep up the good work and continue onward and upward.